here's my workstation, the kitchen table, and I'm about to upcycle this shirt that I got from Michael's. It was originally this color, and I tie-dyed it with bleach. And right here is brown instead of white like there, because before the process was finished, I ran water on it. So I tie-dyed the shirt without wetting the shirt first. I just balled it up, sprayed bleach on it, and left it. And then when I thought that it looked good, I rinsed it out. And so some of it is brown, which I like, and some of it is like whiter. So I took my ruler and I measured here. That's 11 inches from the bottom. Drew a straight line, and now I'm cutting. So now I'm cutting. So now we're going to take this tube top and measure up the sides. And then I'm just going to leave like an inch on both sides for a seam allowance, because this seems a little bit small. Okay, because we're going to do some detail in the front here. So I'm going to take my chalk and measure out. I don't have a sewing machine, so this is how I'm doing this. On this side and this side. And now I'm going to cut it on both sides. So now that we have this cut out with the 1 inch seam allowance on both sides, it's a little wonky up there, but don't worry about that. I'm going to carefully cut above, well, in between this line here, because this is what we're going to use as the string to pull it. Because we're going to have the detail here where we're pulling it. So I'm going to cut in between this line. If you look here, it is, I guess power serge. I'm not sure what you call that, but I don't want to have to re-sew this side, so I'm going to carefully cut here so that I can just turn it inside out. But I'm going to cut in the middle line here and try not to mess up this line there, if that makes sense. But I'll show you. So this line I have cut off the bottom of here. And now I'm going to cut in between this stitching here. I don't want to cut that off because we're going to turn this inside out to use as the string to pull. So I'm going to cut all the way, it's a little crooked, but I'm going to try to cut straight all the way across there. All right, so I have my two pieces. This is the front and back, really doesn't matter. Because this material doesn't matter which side you do it on, because this has the chalk, I am going to make this the inside. So I'm gonna put both sides with chalk together. You really can't tell, so I'll just, I'm going to turn this down like this and glue it just for a better edge. So I'm putting that here and gluing. I'm going to glue along that edge there.
I would do
And
this step after I
this
have glued the
edge,
two sides
this
together
edge,
because it makes
and
it
then
less bulkier.
this edge, and then after that I'm going to put the two pieces together here and turn it the right side. So I have hemmed all four sides, so top and bottom, and then top and bottom. Now I have like sides together, the right sides are together, and I'm going to glue both sides, so this side and that side, to make the tube top. Okay, so we've glued both sides, this side and this side. They're glued together. We don't have a sewing machine, so we're using the glue from the beginning of the video. That's the glue. When I matched up this to this, it was way too big. This was way too big for that, so I kind of put the glue way in here. That way, if I need to open it up, like I'm not gonna cut that off yet. I'm gonna wait till I do the pull strings in the front, and then if I need to open it up because it's too tight after she tries it on, then I'll do that. But so we're gonna put this aside, and we're going to work on these strings. Remember I said don't cut the thread here, and I'm going to show you why. We are taking this safety pin here, and we are going to put it through one side of the fabric here. I'm filming this by myself, so it's a little bit hard to do. But I'm just gonna put the pin on one side like that. Go through, pin, go through. So as you can see, the pin is only through one side, and you can see the hole. And now I'm gonna push the pin down inside there. All right, so I'm gonna do that again. Let me get straight first. Okay, so here is the pin in one side. I'm going to stick it down inside the hole and then feed the safety pin through. But right here needs a little help, so I'm just going to pull it up and over the fabric, and then we're going to continue to put it through. It gets a little easier once you get past a certain point.
I ripped the thread right there, so be careful when you're turning it around.
Once I turn it around, so that's the safety pin in there. Grab the safety pin, pull the fabric up, press the safety pin in. I should have got a bigger safety pin, but then there, and then just pull the fabric up like that. It's gonna get stuck a little bit, so you just have to take your time. But if you have a fabric turner, whatever that thing is called, this would be a lot easier. So I'll be back. Now I'm at the end of the fabric. There's the safety pin. I just pull it through like that. Keep pulling it. Keep pulling it, and then there you have your string with the nice edge that's still sewn, so you don't have to do any sewing. Now if this piece of fabric was open, you would have to close this side up and then feed the safety pin through. So I'm going to do the other one just like that. So here's this one. Now I'm going to take this one where you can see the thread at the top, and I'm going to turn it inside out so that it looks like this one, and then I'll be back.
So these casings were too big, and that's why at the end of the video you'll see that when we gathered or pulled the string, it wasn't gathering good. I didn't take measurements, which I should have, because Fashion Wizardry, she gives all the measurements, but those casings should have been 2 centimeters a piece.
Use my mistake and not make it. So we're gonna use those 2 pieces, and this is the front of the tube top, 8.5 centimeters in. I drew lines because this is where the casing is gonna go. I'm gonna take glue, put it down on the line, and line up the edge of this with the edge of the line, and then I'll be back. Oh, first of all, I'm going to cut this in half. So this is going to make 2 pieces. This is going to make 2 pieces. Okay, so it is not focusing. There it is. This piece is glued down on the line that I put there. That is the one strip, and now I'm going to take the second strip and put it right at the edge of there to make the other side of the casing all the way down. Then I'm going to cut this part off. This board is here because the glue seeps through and sticks to everything. So this side is down. I'm gonna glue this side down, and that's who I'm watching doing this. Fashion Wizardry off of YouTube. That's where I got this from. So not my idea at all. I'm just doing it, making my oldest some tops that she needs for a few things. And so with one t-shirt, I'm making this tube top, and then I'm gonna make the off the shoulder top like she made as well. At the end, I'll show you what it is. But again, here, then I'm gonna take this side, glue it right at the edge, but it's gonna overlap. Make sure it overlaps, and then I'll be back. So I redid the string that you can see here. I made it longer. And I'm gonna do a second one. All I did was cut this off another shirt because I messed up with that shirt. But this is gonna be the string that we're gonna use. We're going to keep the, we're gonna keep the clothespin inside, like that. And we are going to feed it through the casing that we glued. So I'm going to feed this all the way up and around and down. And I'll show you when I'm done. See, I fed it up through here. And now I'm going to feed it down through the other side. Hopefully I didn't glue it shut. What in the world? I think I glued it shut. Oh, okay, there it is. So now I'm going to feed it through and down this side. And I'll be back. So we took the two casings. This is one side of the casing. This is the other side that's overlapping here. It overlaps. Then we took the string, fed it up one side, up and around and down to the other side. And we did it on both sides. This is inside out, so now I'm going to flip it the right way. And it's hard to do it with one hand. And there, hold on a second. There we have the tube top. And then the pull string here. So she would have to try it on for you to see it. I don't know why this is not focused. But there's the top. So there is the tube top. The cords there, the pull drawstring is not tight enough. So make sure you make it tight enough so that it rouges better. But she can pull it as short as she wants, or she can make the tube top longer if she wanted to. Okay, there's that.